Good morning, everyone. We are back with another Ask an Attorney question with Mike Kuna from Kuna Law Firm PLLC. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning.
All right, so this week's question is, Dear Attorney Kuna, last week I slipped and fell while exiting a grocery store while carrying my groceries because the store didn't properly remove the snow and ice from their entrance. I'm an old and retired woman in her 70s, and as a result of the fall, I broke my hip bone and now will be incapacitated for a while. I would like you to represent me in a lawsuit against the store and would like to know what's our next move. Thank you.
Well, first, let's start by giving the viewers an example. Jillian, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready this time.
Okay, this time Jillian is no longer a criminal. Jillian, you have been pardoned.
Okay, and that's probably because you represented me.
Of course.
Yeah.
Jillian is actually a rich TV host that makes $1.2 million a year and has a 10-year contract with Valley News Live.
Not far off.
Exactly. Now, Jillian was doing her grocery shopping, and while she was at the grocery store, she slipped and fell.
Okay.
That probably hurt a lot because she broke her hip bone.
Yeah, that hurt.
So what do we do now? First, if you want me to represent you, call me directly at 701-404-7768 so that we may discuss everything that happened in length without this very short time frame I have here. Second, let's discuss the issue of personal injury with Jillian's injury.
Okay.
There are different sorts of damages that come from an injury. The first is economic damages. Jillian here makes $100,000 a month. What if she can't work for 6, 7, or 8 months? That sum begins to accumulate. Second, within the economic damages, there are also medical bills. And from my experience, those bills can reach hundreds of thousands of dollars, especially on serious injuries. But there are also non-economic damages, such as pain and suffering and change of lifestyle. Let's imagine here that Jillian likes to hike with her dog.
Okay.
But Jillian won't be able to do it. She will have to change her lifestyle. And if Jillian is incapacitated, she will also suffer from a lot of pain. And she should be compensated for it. In addition, we have something called punitive damages. These are rarely given except for in extreme circumstances of negligence. We have to remember in this case that in North Dakota we get a lot of snow and ice. And again, we get snow and ice, and we get that practically all year long. So on the one hand, we expect stores to handle it because they're supposed to know that we get it all the time. On the other hand, they're also limited in their abilities. Last year was a horrible storm. We had a bunch of ice and a bunch of snow, and it was very hard to take care of it. They were doing it around the clock just to handle it, and they barely could. Most stores have procedures, have certain employees that do these tasks, or they hire other companies. In blizzards like this, things happen, and not always they are able to do it. Therefore, we have to examine it from this viewpoint. We also have to examine this case from Jillian's fault as well. Jillian is wearing very high heels, and Jillian was probably walking in the snow and ice on those high heels with groceries in her bag, not looking where she's walking, right?
Sure.
That can bring Jillian part of the blame for this injury as well. But what if Jillian wasn't doing that? What if you were wearing boots and having a coat and noticing where you're walking? That changes the picture. In North Dakota, we have rules for that. And the North Dakota rule states that if you're personally liable for 0 to 49% of the blame, you'll still get compensation, but it will be reduced in accordance with your blame. However, if you're liable for 50% or more of the blame for your injury, you will not get compensation at all. And lastly, insurance companies are not on your side. Insurance companies are for-profit organizations who have to show quarterly results. Therefore, when I work against insurance companies, it's more working against them than with them.
So if you'd like to ask a legal question, you can visit our website, valleynewslive.com, and click on the Ask an Attorney tab. We have more North Dakota Today coming up right after the break.